It's hard to watch something you love destroy itself, to see it fall apart. Disaster always feels so distant, detached. Someone else's struggle in some faraway place. It's not until it's in our city, at our doors, that we realize how fragile we are. All of us. All of this.
No, baby, do it. I'm here. Mommy's right here.
Please.
And when it hit, when it came down hard.
Give me my family back.
And we fell. We buried ourselves in anger, fear, in the instinct to survive.
I'm sorry, Sarah. I'm just not strong enough.
Where's the drive, son? Please no more.
And the real truth is, no one watched. No one saw, wanted to see.
Where you going?
Tragedy is invisible. People turn away from it and run from it if they can. And it's hard knowing that you belong here, that your purpose lies amongst all this pain. But someone's gotta be there to pick it up, to push back. But the first piece back together put us all back together.
Welcome YouTube, my name is Fresh Socks, and on today's issue of Fresh Tactical, I will be showing you guys The Division. This game is a post-apocalyptic RPG set in New York City, published by Ubisoft. It's called Tom Clancy's The Division, and in this game, you are an agent that has been accessed by the president himself to take back New York City. In this video, I'd like to say some pros and cons about this game and what I think about the overall game. To start off, I would like to say some pros. This game uses the Snowdrop engine, and what this is the engine that the graphics are made and run on, and that the game is played on to make it so gorgeous. This game is absolutely beautiful. The snow is gorgeous. The ground, the cars, the glass breaking, everything is fantastic in the top of its line. The next I would like to say is The Division's gameplay. The Division's gameplay can vary from slow, first-person, multiplayer, PvP, PvE, and many other types. But what I've seen in The Division's gameplay is lots of shooting. The game doesn't really seem to have a whole lot of downtime from what I have seen. This might just be because the YouTubers who chose to upload things and the Division's website itself might have chose to just show the shooting because that's what people want to see. But what I've seen with this shooting is fantastic. Everything seems to move smoothly without loading zones, without any different cutscenes that really take you away from the feel that you're actually in New York City after this outbreak. The next thing I'd like to discuss as a pro is the Dead Zone. The Dead Zone is a PvP enabled area where you can get the best loot, but also where the best players are going to be hiding, waiting around the next corner to get you. The Dead Zone has places called pickup points or extraction points, and what these are places where you take your Dead Zone loot, which is infected with whatever disease was spread. You need to take these and bring them to extraction points, as you cannot use the weapons until they are extracted and brought back to your base, and then you take them from there. The Dead Zone has very high-level NPCs and lots of good loot for you to pick up. Finally, I would like to discuss the storyline. The Division storyline is by far one of the best storylines I have ever heard and ever wanted to play. The Division storyline is you are a sleeper agent in New York City that has been activated after an outbreak on Black Friday when terrorists put this biological weapon on banknotes or money that was cycled around during the Black Friday massive shopping. The sickness spread like the wind. It flew all the way across the United States, and within days, the United States government shut down the disposal system, their police system, and any parts like this have been disabled because of the mass panic. Now, let's get to some cons about this game. In this game, since it is an RPG and the players can take so many hits, the amount of ammo you get is unbelievable. Each gun that I have seen can carry up to 100, can carry from 100 to 500, even 600, 700 rounds. This makes the scavenging feeling that the game gives you pretty much inert. Next, I'd like to say about the players' or NPCs' health. The health on these NPCs is crazy. They can take multiple shotgun blasts to the head, sniper blasts to the head, and can take sometimes even multiple clips to kill if you're taking down a boss, which is somewhat respectable, but when you're shooting at a player or a boss that looks just like you do without any extra armor, this kind of makes you feel like the game is a little broken. Next I'd like to say is possibly a medium zone in between the too much ammo and the NPC players. I think if Ubisoft went along the way of making this a game more tactical, you might have better gameplay. What this means is if they were to take the amount of ammo and cut it by maybe 3/4 or maybe just in half, and lower the amount of damage that NPCs or players can take, it would give the game a much more realistic feeling than having hundreds of rounds to spray and pray at your enemies. Also, lowering the amount of health that players have lowers the amount of chances that they have to fix mistakes that they have previously made, making the game just that much more tactical and realistic. Next up, I would like to say, I wish this game had more of a PvP area. Now, the Dead Zone, which is the PvP area in The Division, is very large, but I think there should be a possible changing the area for quests and areas outside of the Dead Zone to having it be a questionable PvP area. So you can choose to be in the PvP area or in a PvE only area. Next, I would like to say that this game is an RPG and was never mentioned to be a tactical shooter. But I think The Division or Ubisoft might have chosen the wrong game type for this game, seeing as how the game is set in a post-apocalyptic world where there's not ammo being reproduced anymore, or food, or any of these objects. I think the game would be much better off with a tactical and more strategic way of finding your gear would be a better outcome for this game's development. Now, what an RPG is it's a role-playing game, and this game makes you kind of feel like you're in a modern-day Destiny. Destiny was a very successfully released game, and the game was Destiny was a futuristic game where you're taking down massive aliens which looked like could take your bullets. Overall, I think The Division is a very well-made, very gorgeous game, and I'm hoping not to see the kind of graphics downgrade that was received in the Watch Dogs, who was produced by Ubisoft. The Division will be coming out on PlayStation 4, or your PC, and the Xbox One, which is the system I'll be buying it on. The Xbox One beta will be released on January 28th, 2016, which is just around the corner, and I cannot wait, seeing as how I've pre-ordered the game, and I'm super psyched to play this game. I do recommend this game to anybody who likes tactical, first-person or third-person shooters, and people who like post-apocalyptic survival games. RPG gamers also will enjoy this game. And that's about all I have for you today. This has been Fresh Tactical, and I am signing off.